welcome to downtown Goldsboro. We're here to give you a streetscape update right here in front of the fountain on Center Street. Joining me to my left, I have Mark Beach. He is the project manager for TA Loving Construction. And on my right, I have Julie Metz, who is the director of Downtown Goldsboro Development Corporation. Here we are, ready to find out more details, guys, about where we stand in our streetscape project. Mark, can you tell us where we are? I see all kinds of things happening behind us.
Yeah, we have completed the curb work on the east side of the street all the way down all blocks. So we're in the process now of putting pavers in the first block from Mulberry down to Walnut Street. We are continuing on with the under paver slabs going down from Walnut to Chestnut. So that will go on this week, and then we'll continue on with the pavers straight on down that section of the block. Everything as far as crosswalks, we've got the pavers in those areas. We've come in and we've put the seat walls in all the seating areas mid-blocks in all 3 blocks. So we're ready to come in and start putting the pavers in there and the site furnishings, which are granite seats, metal benches, checkerboard tables. We've completed the roundabouts at Mulberry and Chestnut as far as putting the cobblestone in. Right now we're putting the cobblestones in here at the fountain at Walnut Street. So we're pretty much grading the streets, getting them ready for asphalt, which will be one of the last things we do. We want to wait until all the traffic going up and down construction wise is pretty much complete. We're grading off the medians so that we can go ahead and look at getting sod in there, getting those ready for plantings, but we won't do the tree planting until cold weather comes. We'll be pretty much complete with the project before that happens, but
so there'll be a lull between.
For the survival for the trees, we need to see cold weather so that they'll make it through till next year. And then we've got plans on first week of September doing the testing on the fountain, so we should put water on that.
Great.
People will be excited to see that.
Oh yeah, that'll be nice. So that's once again when?
That'll be the first week of September.
First week of September. Oh, that'll be exciting to see water actually flowing down here on Center Street.
Yeah. And other than that, that pretty much wraps it up. We're hoping that things will be coming to an end here over the next several weeks.
You guys still on schedule?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Everything's going along as it needs to.
Everything's going along good. We'll be putting the lights up on that side of the street, follow right behind the pavers, and then getting those turned on and moving right along.
It sounds like it. You know, when we walked down to come do this interview today, we were coming down the opposite side of the street. I was amazed. I had not walked down in a couple of weeks to see all the pavers, how much you had really progressed in getting the pavers done all the way down the street. So in about another week and a half, some of these fences on the other side will be pushed back, so we'll have full access to the sidewalk.
Right. Once we get the pavers finished in that first block, which hopefully we'll have those done by the end of this week, then next week we'll move those fences out to the curb line. That'll give the full width of the sidewalk in that first block, and then we'll continue on down the second block, and then we'll be able to open that up once we get the pavers down.
It all sounds like we're moving along, Julie.
Yes,
I know you're excited. This has been a dream of yours for many, many years, and to actually see it taking place all the way down Center Street is fantastic.
It is fantastic.
So what news have you got for us on the status of new businesses wanting to come to downtown? Any changes recently?
Well, we've had Legacy Dance Company open up at 117 North James Street. 110 North James Street. And we've also had 3 new property acquisitions in the last month. David Ham and Betty Duncan purchased the old Landmark Appliance Store building, which is 201 South Center Street. They have plans to convert the upstairs into 2 apartments and then the downstairs into 2 leasable commercial spaces. And we have a business that's looking at signing a lease already for the front space that faces Center Street. So we're excited about that. We also had World Company purchase the old Little Bank building at 123 North Center Street. They closed on it this past month, and they're planning on moving their headquarters office there. They do work for memorial projects, parks, and whatnot for states across, I think, a 15-state region.
This will be their home base?
This is going to be their home base.
Nice.
Also, Mr. Chuck Allen purchased 130 East Walnut Street with plans to convert the second floor into 2 apartments and then have the first floor renovated for commercial leasable space as well. So, and then we also have Jim and Jeff Daniels purchased the Goldsboro Drug Company. Now, they actually closed on it a little more than a month ago, but they're working with an architect to convert the second floor into 2 apartments. And then the first floor will be an expansion space of Ed's Southern Cuisine, which is at 103 and 105 North Center Street. So we're excited about that. We also have 2 other major property acquisitions that are in the due diligence period right now, with closing scheduled within the next month. So we're hopeful that those 2 projects come about. So a lot of activity, still a lot of interest.
Sounds like it.
In fact, we hosted 2 different investors, potential investors, this past Saturday. Showed them around downtown into some specific commercial properties that they have interest in. One's from Durham, and they've been following us and the progress being made downtown. And then another is from Raleigh, and they're interested in opening up a pizzeria.
We'll take everything.
Right?
We want it all. We want options, don't we, Mark?
Right.
We want lots and lots of options downtown. Well, it's really exciting to hear about the apartments that continue to be built downtown and made accessible for folks. You know, you go to many other downtowns that are thriving, and that's what you see.
Right.
You see above the businesses, people are living in the apartments above, and just makes it so convenient if you live or work in this area.
Absolutely. It's beneficial for so many reasons for downtown, and that's been a focal point of the city and DGDC for the last several years, is trying to build that residential density in the downtown area.
Absolutely, absolutely. So what are you thinking and feeling as you walk up and down this street as the leader of the person who's really sort of pushed this through?
Well, I'm just so excited. Like you said, it's been many years in the making, a lot of hard work by a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Taking very strategic and smart risks.
Yes.
You know, like I mentioned before, it wasn't just a complete leap of faith.
Right, no.
We did a lot of research, research in different municipalities across the state and the nation that have done similar projects. So we thought it was a very smart, strategic risk. But, you know, as we've been able to report in the last, 10, 15 reports for this project, the results have been huge already for us. So we're
expecting it to continue to grow.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, I know you all have worked on other projects similar to this across our state. And how does it feel as, a lot of you all that work with TA Loving are residents here of Goldsboro.
Right.
How does it feel to look back and see what you're creating?
Well, I mean, it's just such a change from what was here before, and seeing the finishes coming online, it makes you feel good, because you know what you're trying to create for the city
and the whole community.
And the whole community. And I know people have been tired of having to deal with our traffic blocks and stuff like that, and it's going to be a big relief to them when we're able to open it up and just let them drive through.
I'm sure.
It's going to make a world of difference.
We're getting closer and closer.
We are.
And tell us more about the Main Street conference that is coming in the spring.
Well, we have the North Carolina Main Street Conference. Is going to be held in downtown Goldsboro, March 16th, 17th, and 18th. And we've been working with the staff there at the Department of Commerce to plan the sessions and all the different extracurricular activities that we'll have for them, as far as tours. And we've been working with NOLA on base. They're going to provide a base tour for people that are interested as well. So super excited about that. We'll have about 550 community leaders from across the state here in downtown Goldsboro for 3 days. And they've got a great lineup of session workshops and keynote speakers. So I think it'll be a great time for us to be able to show off all this work that everybody's
and look,
done.
We have that many people coming. They will be spending dollars right here in our community, which is another huge plus for us.
Right.
And they'll see our downtown right after it has been completed, and it'll be early spring they're coming, and it'll be fresh and beautiful downtown. Can hardly wait to show it off.
Yeah, well, it's because of this project and all the commitment that the city has made in downtown that they've chosen us to be the host community. So we're excited.
Fabulous. We're excited about having them.
We are, and in October 16th, we are going to be celebrating the installation of the 2 roundabout public art pieces.
Yes.
We have Dreamsicle, one art piece that will be located at the corner of Chestnut and Center, and then Natural Embrace is an artist from Wilmington, North Carolina, and it will be at the intersection of Mulberry and Center.
Wonderful.
The artist that is going to be located at the Chestnut and Center is from Missouri, I believe. But they'll be here to install those pieces October 16th. And if you'll recall, we allowed the public to kind of react to a short list of about 11 pieces, and one of the favorites was called Flight. It wasn't ultimately chosen for a roundabout just due to its configuration and its design. It was more configured for an entrance presence and not a place that required a 360-degree angle. But because of the response that we received from the public, the City Council has agreed to lease that for a year as well. and we're going to be installing that at the front entrance of the John Street parking lot off of Center Street. So
Excellent.
that will
That's
be
a nice surprise.
Right.
Fantastic.
Well, that'll be installed as well on October 16th. So that project's coming along, and there's a lot of neat art projects. We also have been working with our staff as well as other city staff to create banners for Center Street. You were included in that process. You know, we looked for several months at different banners used across the nation and kind of took into account the things we liked about them, the things we didn't like about them, and developed a template for ours. And then we worked with the Arts Council and Miss Penny Craven, who's a local artist who enjoys working with kids most. And she selected 5 of her best art students that she's worked with in the last couple years. I think it was Mary Archibald, Ian Merritt, Nathan Taylor, Kyle Williams, and my daughter Ruthie Thompson all created images that we'll use in the template for the banner.
And they are beautiful.
They are gorgeous.
They're so pretty.
And
cannot wait to see them up.
We're excited. We're going to be having a reception for the kids and a reveal of their, because we didn't promise that we'd include them in the banner because we just didn't know what the result would be. So we're going to reveal that we are, and we're going to invite their parents to the First Friday event, October 2nd at the Arts Council. And I'm going to be asking the City Council tonight at the council meeting to sign the mock small banners that they'll be able to take home with them and
what
keep.
a treat for them. That's local children who live right here in our community, all under the age of 12.
Yep, exactly.
Wonderful. Fantastic.
And they're great pieces, so I'm really excited to see them.
It's amazing how in the next 3 or 4 months this area is going to completely change and transform. It's been a lot of effort on a lot of people that have been working together as a team to make this happen, and we're so proud of our downtown.
Right.
So very proud.
Well, thank you.
Oh, absolutely. So everybody pay attention to those dates that Julie was revealing. I believe you said there was a couple different things we need to pay attention to.
October 16th will be the installation of the sculpture pieces on the roundabouts and the flight. And then October 2nd is the First Friday event that will be thanking the young artists for their contribution to the redesign of Center Street through the banners. Also, I'd like to mention we are still working on a date for the ribbon cutting for Center Street. We're going to make that decision probably mid-September, so we can work along the schedule of the construction. But we'll be making an announcement sometime in the mid-September of the ribbon cutting for that part of the Tiger project. We will have the ribbon cutting for the Gateway, or now the GWTA Bus Transfer Center, September 19th at 11 a.m.
It's open to the public.
It's open to the public.
Anybody and everybody to come out right by Union Station.
Absolutely. It's a gorgeous building. We're really excited about the transformation of that space. And I know that the Gateway customers will really love the space compared to where they have been having to use in the last several years. So.
Yes. And Mark, you had one date that you mentioned about you're going to be working on the fountain, and we may see a little water on a certain day.
Yeah, they should be testing the fountain out the first week of September, and so we'll be putting water on there. I mean, it'll be a couple day thing. It's not going to be just one specific day.
Okay, wonderful.
But they'll be out testing the water and getting that set up for how that's going to flow.
Wonderful. Everything's coming together. So if you haven't been downtown recently, come on down, give it a shot, drive through. Just be careful and watch the signage because the traffic patterns do change frequently. You also can see this from the comfort of your own home or your own computer. If you go to the city's website, goldsboronc.gov, click on the link or the button that says Streetscape, and right there you'll see a webcam from your own computer. You can sit and watch what is happening downtown without having to actually get outside. There's a camera on the top of the Paramount Theater, and there's a camera on the top of City Hall, so you get both angles. And when we finish this entire project, one of our staff members is going to do the same thing he did for us on the first phase of Streetscape. He's going to do a time lapse where we can see the day we started this project to the day it ends and watch it all in progression. And that is a fantastic little addition that we were surprised to have last project.
It is, and you know, Kim, I think you got the email too. It was a lady from California that's originally from Goldsboro.
Oh, yes.
She's been watching the webcams and the progress on Streetscape through the webcams on her computer, and she's relayed her excitement about the project and the transformation that's taking place.
We hear that a lot. People from all over the United States that have any kind of roots or ties to Goldsboro and Wayne County are watching these webcams so they can see what's happening in their hometown.
Yep.
So thank you so much, guys, for being with us today. Once again, this is our Streetscape update. I'm Kim Best, your host. We will see you again in about 2 weeks.